After Lena Dunham faced the backlash of defending a writer for HBO's Girls accused of rape, a friend of Dunham's and blogger for LennyLetters is accusing Dunham of hipster racism. Welcome back to What's Trending. I'm Martini Bierman. Make sure to like this video and subscribe for more celebrity news. Anyone who knows Lena Dunham knows that she is a very vocal feminist and supporter of women. Her television series Girls has been praised for its brutal honesty and surprising humor about the lives of young women. So it came as a surprise to many when Lena Dunham started defending a male friend of hers accused of sexual assault. Actress Aurora Perrineau has accused Murray Miller, a writer and producer on Girls, of raping her when she was just 17 years old. Lena Dunham and co-showrunner Jenny Connor wrote a statement in Miller's defense. During every time of change, there's also incidences of the culture in its enthusiasm and zeal taking down the wrong targets. We believe, having worked closely with him for more than half a decade, that this is the case with Murray Miller. While our first instinct is to listen to every woman's story, our insider knowledge of Murray's situation makes us confident that sadly this accusation is one of the 3% of assault cases that are misreported every year. Were you there? Did you see it with your own eyes? If not, you probably shouldn't be releasing a statement like this. And the crazy thing is that Lena Dunham has previously spoken about how to deal with a situation just like this one. On October 6th, Dunham tweeted, "Now is the time to listen and learn, not make ethical judgments about women who were intimidated, coerced, and harmed." She's even acknowledged how hard it is to speak up against your rapist, especially in the entertainment industry. From October 5th, the women who chose to speak up about their experiences of harassment by Harvey Weinstein deserve our awe. It's not fun or easy, it's brave. From August 4th, things women do lie about, what they ate for lunch. Things women don't lie about, rape. But when a friend of hers was accused of having raped someone else, Lena doubled down. "I believe in a lot of things, but the first tenet of my politics is to hold up the people who have held me up, who have filled my world with love." Lena Dunham sits on a huge public platform where everything she says is scrutinized. There are ways to support your friend, but maybe not so publicly. Rose McGowan called Connor and Dunham's statement good old-fashioned elitist slut-shaming. June Diane Raphael quotes the statement, one of 3% of assault cases that are misreported every year, and replies, "A word on this data point, rape and sexual assault are grossly underreported." By Laura Witt tweets, "It's believe women until the victim is black." In light of Dunham's defense of an accused rapist, her longtime friend and coworker has accused her of hipster racism. Zinzi Clemens is a writer who recently left Dunham and Connor's blog, LennyLetters. Zinzi is also a longtime friend of Dunham's since college. In a statement, Clemens describes Dunham and her well-connected circle of friends as having a lot of power, and they seem to get off on simultaneously wielding it and denying it. According to Clemens, many of these people even went on to work on Girls in some form or another. Clemens says she avoided Dunham and her friends back then for their hipster racism, which is masked behind sarcasm and humor. Clemens says the offensive racist remarks were covered up with a "it's just a joke" excuse. Clemens also writes that Aurora Perrineau's story mirrors an incident in college where one of her friends was victimized by someone in Dunham's powerful social circle and nothing was ever done about it. As she tweeted her statement, she calls on women of color to divest from Lena Dunham. Hipster racism has also been seen as ironic racism. Like when people say something offensive or racist, they just act like it was a joke. But hipster racism comes in many different forms. We saw it also in her shameless sexualizing of Odell Beckham Jr., the propensity to perform in step with a type of gaslighting hipster racism. Braids and Glasses says, "In hipster racism, you'll hear things such as, well, India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh aren't actually like Asia, you know? Or, OMG, I had korma last night, how proud are you of me?" Jordan Weissman writes, "Hipster racism was sadly very much a real thing among a certain kind of arty white kid who grew up in New York during the early 2000s, aka Lena Dunham and a lot of Oberlin students." What do you think of the Lena Dunham controversy? Let us know in the comments. And Dunham has apologized for her statements, like she's done in the past. Max Reed tweets, "I'm so old, I remember the first time Lena Dunham was accused of hipster racism." And Lena Dunham has a history of shoving her foot in her mouth while trying to be supportive. While retweeting an article about George Clooney speaking out against Harvey Weinstein, Dunham joked that speaking out against sexual assault makes men sexually irresistible. What? In December of 2016, Dunham was relating a story on her podcast about visiting a Planned Parenthood clinic in Texas. Dunham was asked by a volunteer in Texas to share her abortion story, but Dunham herself explained she's never had an abortion. She ends the anecdote by saying, "I still haven't had an abortion, but I wish I had." She has since apologized for making what she called a distasteful joke. was just a joke, everyone. It's totally fine to say these things if I'm just joking. So I'm pretty sure we'll be talking about Lena Dunham's next apology really soon. Chris Scott tweets, all of Lena Dunham's apologies should end with, anyway, I've learned nothing here, and we're gonna do all of this over again in a month. Anyway, I've learned nothing here, and we're gonna do all of this over again in a month. So for more stories, head to whatstrending.com.